see Alvin Gentry, his team needing to win again to extend the season and extend this series to a 5th and deciding game on Sunday in Atlanta. Here's Joe against Steve Smith as the Pistons win the tap and go to work first in front of their bench. Nice screen by Bison. Grant has 7 on the clock as he works Corbin. Now he skies and guns, he got it! Strong start, Pistons lead 2-zip.
We know Grant didn't get much time due to foul trouble, but he's going to look to play a little cleaner this ball game and get involved early.
See what they do with Mutombo when he gets the basketball. Jerome Williams checking Grant long. 5 on the clock, that's all for Mookie. A leaner off the iron, but Dikembe is there trying to stick it back. He scores it. Count it. And we get a whistle, and guess who gets a foul in the first minute? It's on Bison Daylight.
Now, offensive rebound once again. That has been a trend for the Atlanta Hawks, particularly this man, Dikembe Mutombo. Good position inside, strong to the basket, the putback, the bucket, and the foul.
The offensive glass helped a lot in that 20 for 26 total in games 1 and 2. 3-2 Atlanta. Bison from the baseline, buries it.
Well, a little early pressure by Atlanta. The Pistons did a good job of pushing it up the floor and got an opportunity when Mutombo was caught in the middle. Do I stop the ball or do I leave Dele open? Dele open along the baseline for the jump shot.
Mookie against Lindsey. Strong screen from Grant Long, and Lindsey trying to wrestle his way through.
I think he's going to call a double foul.
Get a double foul here. Harder than necessary screen and a lot of fight from Lindsey, and it is a double foul.
Well, I like the play. It was a good, solid screen. I don't think there wasn't anything dirty about it. He was set. Lindsey ran into him. Contact, that happens. That's basketball.
New clock.
Pistons trying to extend the defense.
Corbin against Grant now with the clock at 12.
Really late getting in their offense.
And there's a bump and a foul. Hugh Hollins. And they get Grant Long again. 2 in a hurry and a minute and a half for the ball game for Grant Long, a most important member of this Hawks team.
Well, not a smart play by Grant Long, particularly after he picked up the double foul along with Lindsey. You don't want to pick up another cheap one as he did.
Need him on the floor. Great blue-collar ball player. Bison screen, gets it back baseline, fires, fills it.
Well, they worked on that a lot in the pregame shoot-around. Both Leitner and Dele working on the screen and roll.
Pistons out to a 6-3 lead. What do they do to Mutombo? Hard with the trap, and Jerome Williams is there, and there's some body on him. Jerome will get the foul, says Tommy Nunez.
Yeah, that was a little too hard. He came hard. That's what the coaches want you to do. But all guns blazing, and a shove by Jerome Williams, an easy call.
Mookie cuts through the lane. Grant Long with a show and go. Lost control on the way up, trying to jam it.
And he just picked up his third. Boy, that is
wrestle
really
it down.
silly.
Grant Long has 3 fouls in just over 2 minutes
and 6 seconds, and he picks up 3. Boy, not smart at all.
That's a tough start for Grant and the Hawks.
Well, you don't double the situation when you lose the basketball. You should have had a dunk or a layup or whatever. Don't compound it by making a bad defensive decision.
Grant in the lane, and Corbin bought the up fake. Count the basket. We'll get Grant Hill to the line. The Pistons already are up 5. And Atlanta wants a 20-second timeout here in the early going. Take a look at this. Little up and under. And he paid full price when he bought that fake. Pistons again with early emotion and an 8-3 lead with 9:41 to play in the first. Look at the minutes in the series for the Hawks. Corbin, in the absence of Chris Crawford since early in Game 2, and the Kalamazoo native will not play tonight, has played major minutes. Mutombo, Grant Long, Mookie, and Steve Smith always do. And there's Ty Corbin.
I don't make a big deal out of that. That's how they've always played. Not a factor in my mind. The fact that these guys are used to playing, they're used to being out on the floor, they know one another. I don't think that's going to matter in a playoff series. They're ready to play and they're in shape.
Well, one thing it says is they have their best, toughest, and most experienced guys out there all the time. They don't have a lot of choice. Grant makes it 9-3.
Pistons showed a little trap there. Some pressure.
Mookie free from the wing, knocks it down. It's a long 2, and the Pistons lead by 4, 9-5, with 9:20 to play in the first. Grant fakes the give back to Lindsey. It's Corbin at the foul line. The fall away, falls. Oh, he hits another. Grant's 3 for 3 for 7, KT, when you add the free throw.
Their objective is to go to Grant Hill, I'm sure, early on. We've seen it.
11-5, Pistons by 6. We played just over 3. Steve Smith against Joe. Puts it on the floor, lost it in the lane. As he lost control, they'll call a travel.
Well, the Pistons out with the same intensity defensively. Again, Atlanta should know that it's coming. And they're not meeting the challenge. You see Lenny Wilkins a little disgusted as Steve Smith turns the corner. Loses the handle right there. As the ball goes off of Grant's chest. Turnover Atlanta.
We played just over 3. Grant this time does flip back to Lindsey. And screens for him. Grant gets it back against Corbin. The clock's at 10. That hits the backboard. Jerome pulls it down. Clock still running, over and back as they go back to the timeline to Joe.
Joe had not established himself in the front court. He was in the air, and you must have your feet on the ground on this side of half court. Clearly he wasn't.
Well, he knew it was a proper call.
No argument.
11-5 Pistons. If they win Game 5, the decider will be Sunday in Atlanta. Steve Smith, the long 2, off the iron to Grant. Grant gets by him, down the lane, flies up the finger roll, fills it up! Grant with 9.
Well, that's running it right at the teeth of the defense.
Mookie takes it right back, that's off the iron.
They're off
Pistons in transition again. Lindsey with a pull-up gun. Off the heel, Grant leaps, tries to tap. Out of bounds. Pistons. They'll keep it.
That was an interesting call. This was Grant going right at Mutombo. Too much quickness as he flies right by him. Nice finger roll out of the outstretched hands, or hand of Dikembe.
Grant's got Corbin again. Bison with the screen. Grant along the baseline into a double team, lost it. And Corbin pushed out of bounds by Bison. That call will hurt you. 2 on Bison. Dele, Eric Montross will come on. That's not what you want to see happen.
Well, again, maybe too much emotion. The turnover, you got to take your lumps. There's no reason to compound it and pick up a silly foul, which is basically what that was.
Mookie against Lindsey. Working the sideline, the lob to Mutombo. Jerome comes over to help, nearly had him picked, steps out of bounds. Heck of a play by the Junkyard Dog.
Good weak side defense. The Pistons front the post. Eric Montross knows he has help behind. You see the quick hands of Jerome.
Rashawn McLeod comes off the bench. Mark West had hit the floor early for Grant Long, who had 3 fouls. Clock at 7. Steve Smith over Joe. Drains it.
Well, you'd like to say that, they keep settling for the jump shot, but that guy, I'm not going to say that because that's the type of shot he's used to making.
Better when the clock's inside 10 and great when it's inside 5. Grant Off to Lindsay, now to Joe on the wing. Good screen by Jerome. Joe's got McLeod now. Way outside to Lindsay. 3 on the clock. Little stutter step dribble. And guns it down. Talk about a leaner.
Boy, coming down as well, George. He had to double clutch it. A line drive that went.
15-7 Pistons. 6:42 to play in the first. Steve Smith, hard trap. Goes topside to Corbin for 3. Off the heel to a jumping Jerome Williams. But Jim Clark has blown the whistle. (15-7) the Pistons lead. With 6:37 to play here in the first. And Lindsey Hunter has a cut beneath his right knee, and Jerry Stackhouse is going to have to replace him. Now Stack, like everybody else, brought a lot of energy on Wednesday to the floor for the Pistons here at the Palace. 6.5 to play in the first. Steve Smith goes to Mookie against Jerry Stackhouse. Now Mutombo doubled by Grant with Montrose. Corbin finds McLeod into the lane, bumps down Grant, fires, fills it.
Now see, good job of ball movement there by the Atlanta offense, but I still think when they go to Dikembe, he's got to be quicker on the pass when the double team, because he knows it's coming. That could give the Pistons problems. We'll keep an eye on it.
15-9 Pistons. Joe against Steve Smith. Christian Laettner has checked in.
They switched that time, but they don't lose much because Steve Smith is 6'8".
Christian hard to the hoop, switches it lefty. Knocked down, no call. Corbin rebounds the miss for Smith.
They got an open man somewhere.
Corbin with a double clutch Glasser. And a follow-up that won't fall. Montrose with a rebound.
Really lost his balance. The Pistons were fortunate.
And the Pistons throw it away.
But unfortunate there. The ball really didn't come up. Had a little bit of spin on it, and the ball never took its real good bounce. Kind of skidded.
I think Tyrone Corbin wanted to call a last trip for Atlanta himself. McLeod against Christian.
Well, if you're a player, you want the call every time. It doesn't matter at certain times. It's every time.
Jerry Stackhouse with the foul. He'll stay in the ball game. Joe D will rest. Lindsay replaces him. Laylock at the line for Atlanta. Pistons 15, the Hawks 9. And now it's a 5-point ball game. Montrose, Christian Laettner, Grant, Lindsay, and Jerry Stackhouse for the Pistons, who have a 4-point lead for Alvin Gentry, 15-11. Just over halfway through the first. Christian gets it tapped back by Grant. Backs on Corbin. 3 on the clock. The turn and gun won't go, but it comes right back to Grant with a fresh 24.
Well, McLeod turned his head and went to the ball. He didn't box out Grant.
Grant after the up fake baseline, guns it down. He has 11. He's 5 out of 7.
Can't give teams second opportunity no matter who you're playing against.
Taking the baseline is Mookie. Tough luck there. In and out to Christian. Pistons up 6 and with it.
He was able to turn the corner. Hard luck.
Grant blind dished it to Lindsay. Got a screen from Eric. Misfires, but Christian Laettner saves it after Steve Smith couldn't quite hang on.
And Lenny Wilkins must be beside himself. It's at least 3 times where they forced the Pistons into a tough shot and couldn't come away with a rebound.
Grant topside to Stack. Behind a foul line. Fakes it deep to Christian. Drew the foul.
Just out of bounds.
It's batted out of bounds. They won't call a foul. Steve Smith made him miss. Stackhouse took it from McLeod. Dish to Montrose. Knocks it down.
Good decision by Stackhouse. He saw Mutombo there and made the kick-out pass to Eric.
Eric Montross makes the open J. Pistons lead him 19-11. And the open man is McLeod as the Pistons scrambled defensively.
Well, they were able to extend the defense, a back cut, open up that middle. No one there defensively.
19-13 Pistons.
And that'll be there against a team that comes out and puts a lot of pressure on the basketball.
As Christian starts his drive, McLeod is hit with a foul. Rashawn McLeod, the rookie out of Duke, fouls Christian, the third pick in the '92 draft out of Duke. Takes the pass, gets to the lane, dishes to Lindsey. Double clutch feed, baseline to Eric Montross. Fires, fills it. He knew it when he let it go.
Nice job by Eric getting in a position that a teammate can find him. The open jump shot along the baseline.
As he played well. Pistons 21, Atlanta 13. Tumble high screening for Steve Smith. Free, fires no. Grant with a rebound. Great shovel ahead to Stack, but a grab and a foul right before the pass.
Well, they would have had a layup, but the whistle was blown in the backcourt. Grant not happy that time. But you got to remember, you can't be unhappy when you don't get a call. You're unhappy now when you get a call. Tommy Nunez just shrugged his shoulders and said it was a foul.
Sooner or later, just play. Steve Smith with the foul. Smart foul. Christian with a great up fake and drains the deuce.
Nice job inside.
Pistons shooting nearly 65% and a takeaway. Christian no looks to Stack for the reverse stuff. Pistons lead him by a dozen.
Atlanta a little out of control.
They pitch it into Mutombo. Pistons double him up. Steve Smith on the deck against Christian. The blocking foul and a basket. And it's a 9-point Piston lead. Steve Smith has 5. Grant's high in the game with 11. Lindsey and Stack, Grant, Christian, and Eric Montross on the floor for the Pistons. Christian's got McLeod on him. Corbin comes to double. He gets out of the trap. Grant's got 4 on the clock behind a screen from Montross, short to Corbin.
That was about as wide open as he could possibly be as the Hawks were confused. No one picked up the basketball.
Steve Smith, checked by Stack. Corbin against Grant. Clock inside 10, near swipe by Stackhouse, and Steve Smith is going to be hit by Tommy Nunez with a foul, getting it back. That's 2 on Smitty.
Well, again, pressure defense. Atlanta, again, acting like they don't know what to expect. They're really being a little lackadaisical, I guess you would call it, with their passing.
Corbin nearly had a steal there, kicked it, will reset it with 1:38 to play in the first. Pistons 25 and the Hawks 16.
You know the old saying, meet force with force, and I'm sure that's what Lenny Wilkins wants his guys to do.
Breakout screens for Grant. Gets it back on top. All alone. Guns it down.
Open jump shots.
4 for Stack. The stuff in the J in a hurry. And he gets in front of Steve Smith. And that's a tough call for Tommy Nunez. But if he takes it the other way, it's 3 on Steve Smith. 2 as it is on Jerry Stackhouse. Steve Smith at the stripe.
Got a look. Really, I think that's a good call because of the fact that he is not totally in front.
Yep.
He's taking a little dive there, and he's not. His shoulders aren't squared. He's taking contact. He's initiating the contact. Good call by Tommy.
Steve Smith at the stripe. Joe D checks in for Jerry Stackhouse. HAP offers you innovations like self-referral to specialists, a smoking cessation benefit, and mail-order prescriptions. Score big with HAP today.
Smith, an excellent free throw shooter. Nearly his 90% coming into this evening's ball game in the playoffs.
He has 7 as he gets them both.
You know he's over 80 during the course of the season.
Judd Bushler resting Grant. Lindsay directs traffic. Goes to Joe. He's got Mookie on.
Trying to use that size.
They come to double. They go baseline to Leitner. Got iron, no net to Corbin with
had to hurry
under
that,
a minute
George,
to play in the
because
first.
shot clock was down to 1 or 2, and Christian knew it.
McLeod backs out of the paint. Shot clock at 10 for Atlanta. Mutombo doubled by Montross and Leitner. Open Steve Smith for the long gun. No. Mookie had it, lost it out of bounds.
Great job by Lindsay to go after the basketball after Mookie had picked off the offensive board. Excuse me.
Anthony Johnson replaces Rashawn McLeod. Christian, mid-post. Steve Smith working against him. They swing it all the way around to Lindsay in the corner. He fires. Around and off. Montross had it, but he may have pushed off. Yep, says Tommy Nunez.
Boy, Eric Montross.
2 on Eric.
He set a screen over there in the corner to get Lindsay open, and Mookie ran in right into his navel. But it was a good call on the miss, as clearly Eric Montross with the push-off.
Mutombo at the line, pushed by Eric Montross. Grant comes back in the game. And Jerry Stackhouse for Eric Montross and Christian Leitner.
Good job, Christian.
Congratulations to the Trapuka family. Frank Trapuka goes into the New Jersey Sports Hall of Fame last night.
Yeah, it was a nice event. I got a chance to fly back home and very proud of the old man. Went in with some select company. It was the 7th class. And Phil Simms, Pele, Ronaldo Nehemiah, some big-time names. And a just honor, I would say, but we're a little biased.
And remember, he went into the American Polish Sports Hall of Fame.
He's had his share of Hall of Fame.
2 years ago this summer.
He's in the Ring of Fame out in Denver, around the stadium, in Denver Broncos Stadium, and also had his number retired, only 1 of 2, which soon will be 3, because I think they're going to retire that. What's that quarterback's name?
John Elway.
Yeah, that's it.
I think it was nice they held up the game so we could discuss this. Congratulations to Frank and Kelly and all the family.
Thank you, George.
As Jim Clark and Hugh Hollins check
I'm not talking
about you see the official score, Mort Moravnik with a fancy hat.
You can't get the same person who went out for you. That's what I'm talking about.
Got a live mic over there, but I know exactly what the hang-up is at this point.
I'm not sure they know either.
The team comparison in Game 3, the Pistons held them to 63 points and 38% shooting. They outboarded them and did a lot of damage behind the long line and a lot fewer shots.
Well, interesting, too, the team that's lost has shot under 40% in all 3 ball games so far.
Mutombo got just 1. Grant shovels to Judd Bushler. And you hear the horn at the end of 1. It's the Pistons 27 and Atlanta 19. Joe D could be playing his last ever game tonight. The Pistons want to make sure that doesn't happen. Look at the quick stats. Big difference, 11-6 on the boards for the Pistons in the first. They also outshot them 50% to 38%. Lead them 27-19.
A couple of key offensive rebounds as well.
Rashawn McLeod misfires. Bison back in the ball game. Pulls it down. It's Lindsay and Joe. Bison, Judd Bushler, and Jerome Williams. Anthony Johnson trying to check Joe. Bison with a screen. Joe gets Johnson on his side. And they'll call him for the push. Jim Clark.
He knew it.
Not cutting him any slack here.
He knew it. He did it in front of Jim Clark as well. And I'm sure Joe's not happy, but pretty good defense from Johnson. And Joe knows how to get away with that, but that time it came out a little too far.
Hey, that's when you don't get too often if you're Anthony Johnson checking Joe Dumars. McLeod to the hole. Weak scoop. Joe D the other way.
Atlanta missing some pretty good opportunities.
Bailey with the screen on Mookie for Lindsay, who fires and fills it. Lindsay with 4, Pistons by 10. Joe having a little side conversation with Jim Clark as the Hawks come to work. How many playoff appearances in how many years now?
Just some greetings.
Corbin backs on Jerome. Blaylock with a deep dish in the lane. Digging it out is Lindsay.
Well, you see 3 white shirts on the floor, nobody with a black and red shirt on the floor.
It's a long way down for Dikembe. He just looked down.
Now those are the difference.
Oh, and Dikembe out to bang Lindsay.
And Lindsay just got a technical foul for throwing the ball at Mutombo.
Yeah, he threw it at the back of his calf.
Now watch the play here inside. They try to force it into Mutombo. Now look at, there's 3 white shirts on the floor there. You want to win ball games, you got to get down the floor. I don't care how tall you are. Those are the plays that make the difference.
Well, Lindsay's still trying to shake off the knee that he caught on the leg from Dikembe, and he's now finally able to open his right eye that was closed in game 1. So, you know, he's a little frustrated with Dikembe. The technical foul is missed by Mookie. And that was what he did to get the tech. 10:21 to play in the half. Fresh 24 now for the Pistons in a 29-19 lead. Bushler against Corbin. Buys it, puts it on the deck. Got away with a step, hands to Bushler. Gets it back baseline, fires, it falls. He hits it. Bison with 6. Pistons by 12.
Ball movement again. Don't pick up your dribble in the backcourt.
Grant Long back in the game, guns it down from the lane.
Yeah, he's got to be careful playing with 3.
By the way, they changed an earlier Christian Laettner foul to Jerry Stackhouse, and he now has 3. If you look at the Budweiser scoreboard, Pistons lead 31-21, 9:39 to play in the half. Joe D with a fallback. Got it over Steve Smith. That's just a little bit of Smitty's own medicine there.
To put a little extra effort because he jumped back about 3 or 4 feet.
Sweet deuce for Joe. 33-21. Pistons have him down a dozen again. Mutombo across the lane took a step. And we'll get a timeout. 9:15 till halftime. Great start for an expansion team. Last summer for Nancy Lieberman, Klein, and the Shot. Pistons with a 33-21 lead here. We played 3 in the second. Grant's got Corbin. Jump stop gunning. Got it.
That's just too easy.
Oh, 13 for Grant. 35-21 Pistons.
He makes it look easy.
Anthony Johnson works against Joe on top. The clock's at 14. Little crossover. Missed it to Grant. Pistons in transition. Grant shovels to Joe. Deep on the wing for 3. It's through. Joe D with some more sweet string music. Do it one more time, Joe. The crowd loves it at the Palace.
Atlanta reeling. They're just not making shots.
38-21 Pistons now.
To run.
Look out. Tyrone Corbin makes the offensive mistake. Watch Joe D's 3, though.
No, Atlanta doesn't get back in transition D. You leave Joe Dumars that open, they usually make you pay.
From way up top.
Boy, real close to stepping on the sideline there.
Grant in a hurry. Deep to Bison, tried to jam it, drew the foul. Mark West, who's resting Mutombo, got him. 8-11 to play in the half. We're hoping to talk to Sergeant Christopher Stone at halftime, plus we'll give you a rundown on everything that's going on in the playoffs, including what would happen if the Pistons continue to play this well and win this series. They lead Atlanta 38-21. Bison at the line, buries the first. Blaylock back in the ball game for Atlanta for Corbin. Joe D and Grant, Judd Bushler, Jerome Williams, and Bison on the floor for the Pistons, who have 4 turnovers, turned into only 4 Atlanta points, a 6-point advantage in points off turnovers for the Pistons in the ball game. Bison gets a split. Anthony Johnson, Grant Long, Steve Smith, Mookie, and Mark West for Lonnie Wilkins' crew. 8 minutes till halftime. Pistons now on a 13-2 run, and the Hawks turn it over. Steve Smith is saying, wait. Jim Clark will straighten this out. Jimmy didn't see it. If it was not the right call, and here come the Pistons.
They're really pushing them out far. Atlanta's got to establish themselves a little closer to the basket. That's a tough pass.
Joe got Mookie on his back, flew it up short to Blaylock. Steve Smith skies for 3. Off the iron. And we're going to get 3 free throws on a Judd Bushler foul. That'll give Steve a chance to plead his case on the other call with Tommy Nunes.
Yeah, he's not going to make him change it, but Atlanta does like to pull up on the fast break. One of the few fast break opportunities they've had this half. Tell you what, when looking back, one of the key plays, it was very, very small in a lot of people's minds, but when Mookie Blaylock was able to turn the corner and went in and missed a layup, that would have cut it to 1 or 2, and the Pistons scored. That was a big play as far as Atlanta's confidence was concerned.
Got to look down from our Kmart Sky Cam. I agree with that. As Jerome Williams is replaced by Christian Laettner, Steve Smith gets 2 out of 3 at the line and shortens the lead to 16. 39-23. Grant skies, guns long. Out of bounds, and the Pistons will keep it. Lindsey coming back in the ball game. For Judd Bushler. Mutombo for Mark West for Atlanta. Go with the up fake, now the step back, he sends it long, but Lindsey's got it, and a new clock for the Pistons.
Another offensive rebound, it kills you.
They can roll with Laettner. Joe D with 12 on the clock. Spins on Anthony Johnson. Starts to back him, got him in the lane. Here's the fall away. Just did miss it around and off to Mutombo.
Look at the Pistons' energy on the offensive glass. They even make it difficult for them to get a rebound.
Mutombo high screens Grant for Steve Smith. They go inside to Grant Long, who does draw the foul. Grant Hill has now led the Pistons in points, rebounds, and assists 3 times, and the only guys who've ever done that 3 or more times are recognized by their first name, Elgin and Wilt, Mr. Baylor and Mr. Chamberlain. Congratulations to Grant. And I want to let you know that much as we love playing golf up at Bald Mountain, at Jerry Priestcorn's great course that the Pistons love to play at, Alvin Gentry lives nearby. We want to keep this basketball going on as long as we can. Speaking of golf, we had our guy Jerry Albert from Treetops here. I think that's one of Mr. Priestcorn's favorite courses, certainly one of mine and yours, KT.
And they ought to be able to get in the swing of things with the beautiful weather, especially this weekend.
It's playoff weather. Grant Long makes twice, and the Pistons lead is now 39-25. Joe D, Christian Laettner, Grant Hill, Lindsey, and Bison for the Pistons. Bison sends it outside to Joe. The clock's at 6 for Grant. Pulls up, guns over Steve Smith. Off it comes to Mutombo.
They really gave ground to Grant Hill that time, and he shortened it up but couldn't get the jump shot.
Atlanta with only 2 field goals in over 9 minutes now. And Bison with a knockaway from Mutombo.
Good job of three-quartering, getting a hand in there. Mutombo didn't come to meet the pass, and Bison took it away.
Bison backs to the lane, tries to hook it up, and Mutombo catches it. Dikembe also got an arm in on him and picks up his second.
That's his second. Penalty. That's a Daly at the line.
His hand was straight up.
That's Daly shooting 2.
One of the Atlanta fans here.
No, that wasn't a fan, that was Lenny Wilkins. He's telling everybody, leave my guys alone.
Bison rattled it home. He got them both against Lenny Wilkins' squad. Bison with 9. And the Pistons lead them 41-25. Anthony Johnson outside against Joe, goes to the wing. Mutombo dishes to Anthony Johnson. Short Jake, caught by Dikembe, dropped, picked up by Grant Long, and the clock runs out. It's a shot clock violation against Atlanta. Nothing's going right for Lenny Wilkins' team. 5:34 to play in the half, and the Pistons have a 41-25 lead. That's 11 Atlanta turnovers. The Pistons have 4.
Yeah, they're just not moving the basketball quick enough.
Grant with a backdoor cut, got it down off the glass from Christian Laettner.
Like that. You can see Atlanta playing in slow motion. The Pistons at high speed.
43-25 Pistons. Pick and roll, Steve Smith and Mutombo. Smith way downtown, drains the 3.
Oh, a lot of dribbling and not much ball movement. We talked about it time and time again. Dikembe Mutombo knows that a double is coming. He's got to be quicker with the pass. Not much defense for that shot by Steve Smith.
Bounce to Bison. Off the iron to Steve Smith. Where would they be without Steve Smith? He has a dozen. Anthony Johnson jacks up another. Off it comes to Bison Daly.
Now that's a shot that they got to make. If you're Anthony Johnson, you got an open shot. You got to drain it.
The open long gun for Joe. Short. Capped outside by Christian. But we will get a Christian Laettner loose ball foul. Now officially that is his first.
Now the Pistons don't waste much time in their offense. You're going to see the post up to Grant. He just spins on his man as Steve Smith tries to front him, throw it up to the basket, and let Grant do the rest.
Steve Smith 2-time. Corbin's got room. Nice dish for the dunk to Mutombo.
Well, there's ball movement. I mean, if you're Lenny Wilkins and you're Atlanta, you see that. They double-team Steve Smith in the post. And even then, Corbin was a little hesitant, taking the ball to the basket. That time, good things happen for him.
Pistons lead them 43-30. 4 minutes to play in the half. They're on a 9-4 run. Blaylock. Steve Smith deep to Grant Long, and they made him miss. Bushler with a shove.
That's the second of the team scoring. Grant Long of line for the
3:47 to play in the half.
Fast break opportunity for the Hawks, but that's still one that Grant Long, I'm sure, feels he should have made. He was slightly undercut on that. But you got to make those and take the foul as well.
Grant gets the first free throw down. Grant Long.
Judd did a nice
5 now.
I was going to say Bushler out of the ball game did a nice job of hustling back, as Atlanta did have numbers in that situation.
Christian Laettner sits down again. Alvin Gentry moving people in and out a lot because of the high energy game he's playing.
You're absolutely right, George. There's no question that he's asked these guys to play hard and go as long as you can go, and I'll get someone in for you.
43-31. Grant Long got one of them. Joe against Steve Smith. Grant neat little up fake. But couldn't get it to go.
And a pretty good defense that time by Corbin. Didn't bite on the fake. Held his ground.
Corbin working against Grant. And an illegal defense warning called against the Pistons.
It's a ball fake! It's a ball fake!
Now they're trying to decide whether this is a ball fake or not. You see, he's trying to get in there, but I don't classify that as a ball fake. They're going to change this, but I don't think this is the correct call. There wasn't an intent there by Tyrone Corbin. Didn't make an honest attempt to really throw it in there. He was kind of hesitating because he couldn't find an opening, and that's why he saw Jerome Williams go in there and double team early. Now Jimmy Clark said it wasn't. Hugh Hollins made him change his mind. You figure it out.
Steve Smith from the wing fires and fills it.
Well,
and now it's a 10-point ball game out of the Atlanta timeout. They get the deuce from Smitty.
They did end up changing that call, and that's why there was not. I don't believe that was. I think that was their first one anyhow, so they wouldn't have shot. So it was still out of bounds, even if it was called illegal.
Hawks are on a run now, 14-4, but Grant Hill with a quick answer off the high glass with a double clutch. And a technical foul, says Jim Clark. And I think it's going to be on Dikembe.
Don't know what was said and didn't see it.
Dikembe saying Grant got him.
Oh, watch the right side of your screen. Dikembe felt that Jerome Williams was holding him as he went to take the ball out of bounds, and Jim
that
Clark
was it.
on the
You're
spot.
right. It wasn't Grant on the drive. It was Jerome later. Lenny Wilkins trying to calm him down.
Yeah, he needs him to take control of his situation and settle down and play.
Lindsey and Dikembe now each with a tech. Joe D makes on the technical foul free throw. Pistons 46, Atlanta 33. Moment ago, they had cut it to 10 and a 14-4 run. Steve Smith against Jerome. The clock's at 8.
Grant Hill, illegal defense.
First warning.
And we are going to get a warning on the Pistons.
So what the Hawks were going to do was reverse the ball here, but here's the man that was supposed to be over there. He went through. Grant Hill is watching him. Where is he? I don't know. He's caught in no man's land.
Kelly's trading is Mr. Tripucka. Steve Smith's shot off the iron, but Grant Long is there to capture the rebound, get it back up and down. Tommy Nunez
that's bullshit, Tommy.
says count the basket.
He came running in to be emphatic, and he says he's got Joe Dumars. We get a look as Grant Long hustling on the offensive glass. Don't know where it is.
Boy,
you figure it out.
Maybe he just got close.
It's those angles, George. You know those angles.
Man, Grant Long
They
makes.
say the eyes are the first to go after the legs.
Grant has 8, all in the second. Remember, he sat down in about 2.5 minutes with 3 fouls. Rises at the foul line, fires and fills it up. He has 11. Grant Hill leads the Pistons with 17. 48-36 Pistons. Mutombo against Bison. Lindsey comes to 2 times. Blaylock for 3. It's through.
Now there's a situation that Blaylock found an open lane. Instead of staying out top, he moved to the left side so Mutombo could find him straight back, and it was difficult to recover to the shooter.
The lead's inside 10. Joe D. Hang glide gunning behind a foul line, fills it up.
Tough shot.
He'll change his mind a couple of times, but talk about keeping your cool. That's what 14 years will do for you.
Well, he felt
and
the
a couple
pressure.
of rings. Blaylock from downtown. Too long to Bison. Pistons up 11 with a minute to play in the half. Bison wide of the lane, off the high glass, and he hit it.
Well, Bison's been able to keep him occupied, hitting the jump shot.
52-39. Corbin's alone, bricked it. Full tilt piston hustle one more time.
Christian Langer will check back into the third line for place number 8, Bison Daly.
Bison Daly caught a lot of grief for games 1 and 2. Getting after it here at home for the second straight ball game. Christian Laettner gets it back from Grant. Lets it go. Got it!
It's just easy pickings, really. They're double teaming. The Pistons are finding the open spots, and you get 15-foot jump shots. You got to knock them down. Atlanta's had a few. They've missed them.
Steve Smith looks it to Mutombo, and the off arm means an offensive foul. When it rains, it pours. Lenny Wilkins has to be thinking just that. The Pistons have had all the energy, and they've got a 54-39 lead. The third on Mutombo. 11.9 seconds to play in the half. And the Pistons, who certainly weren't going to send Joe Dumars out without some great effort, have enough effort so far tonight to get a W and force a game 5 in Atlanta on Sunday. They led at 1 point by 18. They're now up 54-39.
This is a big defensive series for the Hawks.
Atlanta gets Dikembe out of the ball game.
The Pistons just like to do what they keep doing.
Grant getting the Christian Laettner screen, crosses over, two-timed in the lane. Bushler trying to get it back, and at least keeps Atlanta from heading back the other way. One last Piston hustle play in the first half. Blaylock, Smith, Corbin, Grant Long, and Mutombo, the Atlanta starters, start the second half, trailing by 15. Mookie whips it to Corbin over Jerome Williams. Jerome rips the rebound down.
Corbin struggled for the Hawks, 0 for 5 after that shot as he put up a goose egg in the first half. They need some productivity from Tyrone.
First minute, second half. Another must-win situation for the Pistons. Grant over Corbin. He hits it!
Now pretty much starting out where he started the beginning of the ball game.
Mutombo screens for Mookie. Corbin's pass inside, swipe by Grant. What a play. Pistons with numbers. Grant to the rim, lays it up, lays it in!
Lazy pass, great defense.
58-39 Pistons. The pressure's on Mookie. Mutombo screens for Steve Smith. Tyrone Corbin with another miss, but Mutombo gets it back.
Surprised he didn't put it back up quicker.
He's right where he wants it. He hooks it short. Jerome Williams out of the pack with the rebound.
Well, Mutombo got the offensive rebound in good position and decided to take it out and try to back him in again. Should have put it right back up.
Grant Long comes to double Grant Hill with Corbin. Jerome with the drive, and they're going to get Grant Long for the block. That's his fourth.
You see the great defense by Grant. That's just a lazy pass, as I said. No excuse for that. Give Grant Hill credit, though. It's tough not only to knock it down, but to catch it as well.
And Hugh Holland will call Mookie Blaylock for the tech. just the spokesman for his team, but what he said didn't quite fly with Hugh.
Well, very calmly. Wasn't a lot of yelling and screaming or anything like that. Obviously, Mookie was upset, I think, for his team more than anything else.
Joe D makes a technical foul free throw. Pistons lead by 20. Joe quickly to Lindsay. The spinning gun off the high glass, nearly got it.
Yeah, that's a tough angle as well. I'm surprised from our angle that he could even get to the backboard.
I agree. Steve Smith fires and fills it for Atlanta. Where would they be without him? He has 16. Yet his team trails by 18. 59-41 Pistons. 9:39 here to play in the third. Jerome screens for Joe. They switch it. Grant over Corbin. What did he get up? Off it comes though with Grant Long.
Didn't look like he stayed there for a little while.
Yeah.
He was up there.
Got a little hang time.
Is that fair?
It is if he plays for you.
Yeah. It's not if you have to guard him.
Lindsay switched on to Tyrone Corbin. Atlanta goes that way, and Lindsay knocks it away. Fouled him just a half second before the shot clock went off.
Didn't realize the shot clock was winding down. Grant Long certainly did. Or excuse me, Tyrone Corbin certainly did. He knows he's got to get something up, and there's the reach in. It's hard to argue with that call, George.
And Corbin will get to the line. He's 0 for 6 from the floor, and now he's 0 for 1 from the line.
Tyrone Corbin right now just wants to see the ball go through the hoop anyway.
And he does.
All right, he knows that there's not a lid up there.
It's not for him. 59-42. He hadn't made anything up until that second free throw.
Hey, you got to keep shooting, though. Your team needs you.
Grant, great crossover on Corbin. Deep to Joe for the long gun. Got it! Joe D for 3 as he rings that triple bell one more time.
Well, you fall asleep and you don't get back quick enough. Joe Dumars burns you again.
Joe with a dozen. Corbin, how about that? After a absolute shutout in the first half and early second, Corbin answers the tray.
Well, like I said, it was good to see it go through, and a triple is answered for Atlanta.
They have 3 trays. Joe D with both the Piston triples. Joe gets Smith on his back, steps back, guns just a little bit long. Buys a Dele baseline follow. He fills it up.
Long rebounds again. Mutombo goes to the basket. The ball comes off the rim right into Dele's hand. He didn't have to work hard for it. It's got to frustrate the Hawks.
64-45 Pistons. Corbin from the wing. Got it again. Another triple. From ice cold to red hot. Tyrone Corbin makes it 64-48 Pistons with 7:34 to play in the third.
Can't disappear.
Grant, nice dish for a dunk to the junkyard dog, Jerome Williams.
He attracts a lot of attention, and that's why the man is open.
Atlanta wants time. What a noisy crowd at the Palace tonight. And they've had plenty to wave those pom-poms about. Pistons lead them 66-48. Grant Hill leading the way with 21 as we take a look for Ameritech Clear Path. At our Clear Path to the Hoop shot chart, Grant is now 10 for 17, scoring from everywhere.
A variety of angles.
Mutombo back to Mookie in a screen. Blaylock for 3. Mutombo with a stick back stuff.
Ball hit high off the top of the glass, which is still in play. Mutombo able to tip it to himself. Grant
bounces to Joe D. Joe D has a dozen. Bison Dele 15.
Oh, nice play.
Joe from the wing by himself, and he buries it.
Nice play.
14 for Joe. Pistons lead him 68-50.
Little back screen by Bison Dele as Joe flips to Grant and then gets the return pass wide open.
Joe fights through a Mutombo screen. Makes it a tougher triple try for Smith. Missed it to Bison. Now Grant deep to Jerome. Hard foul. Made him miss on the jam. And Jerome will get a pair of free throws, and the Pistons get the ball.
Yeah, they're really upset over on the Atlanta bench. They're going to call a flagrant 1 type of foul, which they'll get the 2 shots in possession of the basketball. You see as they push it up the floor, Steve Smith goes after Jerome, much like Atlanta felt that Grant Hill did to Dikembe Mutombo, and they didn't get the call, and I'm sure that's what Atlanta's arguing about.
When you take somebody down and it doesn't appear you're going after the ball, then you're going to get a flagrant foul. If you're going head hunting, you're going to get a flagrant 2 and get a shower.
They didn't toss him out of the ball game, but I know that Lenny Wilkins is really upset because he's going back to last game and he's saying same thing.
Jerome at the line. Got them both. Adds a little insult to the injury, and the Pistons have a 20-point lead over the Hawks. And the basketball halfway through the third. Joe D works against Steve Smith. Bison Dele screening high on Smitty. Bison will get the foul. They almost felt like they owed Atlanta that one. And Bison has 3, and the Hawks have the ball. Mookie against Lindsay. Steve Smith working against Joe. And Clyde Gunning in and out. Jerome Williams high for the rebound, took a shot in the forehead, down he goes. And the loose ball foul will be against Steve Smith, who has 4.
Now you're going to see Steve Smith's shot rattle around as he tries to come up from underneath to get the basketball. An accidental poke in the face. No harm intended, I'm sure. But this happens quite a bit during the course of a basketball game.
Well, you got to have some courage to go after every rebound the way Jerome does.
And that's why a lot of guys wear those goggles, protective glasses.
Lindsay from the corner. Mutombo with a rebound. Atlanta trails by 20. Mookie on the drive, and Lindsay knocked it away from behind. Went up over the first row. Nearly ran into Piston owner Bill Davidson. Great hustle by Lindsay. Like half an hour over with Bison Dele to pull him out of row 1, 2, 3.
Well, close. I'm not sure if that's the way to get a raise, but it's certainly a way to get to know the owner a little better.
Lindsay checking Mookie, the clock at 14, inside for Mutombo, and Bison with a reach-in. He has 4.
A little more aggressiveness by Dikembe to come meet the basketball, meet the pass. We saw Dele steal one just like that before, but this time Dikembe made sure he came and met the pass.
Eric Montross, who played well off the bench in the first half for Bison, checks in. Got a lot of body on Dikembe right now. Their clock's at 16. Grant Long nearly lost it. Mookie against Lindsay with a clock at 10. Mutombo screens. Mookie fires. Off it comes to Joe D. Position on Steve Smith. Joe D. The top side long gun. No to Mutombo, who jammed the finger maybe a little bit. Here comes Blaylock. Grant Long against Jerome. Grant Long facing. Little up fake and a half hook off the square. Scored it. That's a tough shot.
You got some contact, too. That could have very well been a foul. But a good strong move by Grant Long, using that body to protect the basketball.
70-52. Grant Hill with a step-up gun. He got it.
Still back on their heels, trying to protect against the drive, and Grant pulls up, shoots it right in their face.
23 now for 33, Grant Hill. Blaylock works Lindsay. Deep to Grant Long, couldn't hang on. Jerome digs it out for Lindsay.
Joe's open.
Joe with the long gun. Got it! He'll bring the house down with that one. String music for Joe. And a standing O at the Palace. You gotta love it. Everybody out. Timeout Atlanta. 3:54 to play in the third. Pistons 75 and the Hawks 52. This is the Pistons Playoff Television Network.
Fast break opportunity, and you saw Joe right down the left side, and I knew he was open, and I also knew he was going to get the pass.
You had to know he was going to knock it down.
Now, he ran right to that spot.
Steve Smith jacks up a three, and that one's through. 20-point game again. Steve Smith has 19. Joe D was 17. 9 here in the third. The Motor City legend works against the Motor City native Steve Smith and triples over his head. Joe D raining threes on the Hawks.
Well, Joe D is not the type of player you want to see get hot. He's hot.
3 triples in the third, 4 on the night for number 4. Smith against him to the baseline. Knocks it down.
He likes playing against Joe. I think he likes the competition of trying to match all the greatness that Joe does. Steve Smith tries to do himself.
Shortens it up to 78-57. Jerry Stackhouse pitching it back to Joe. We got 10 on the clock. Christian screens. 8. Now 6 on the clock.
He's shooting.
Joe getting inside. Grant Long, wild scoop. But nothing's wild when you're that hot. But off it goes.
That's the first time I've ever seen Joe Dumars take that type of shot.
Always the first time in 14 years. He looked a little bit like another Motor City native and Motor City legend, the Iceman, George Gervin. And Joe D sits down as the crowd roars, responding to 20 already. For one of the all-time Piston greats. And the Pistons fight off Atlanta and get the ball back. Jerome Williams and Bison Dele going crazy on the Piston bench. And they now lead 78-57. Anthony Johnson in the ball game gets inside Lindsay.
Oh, he's going to call an offensive foul.
A hook on the way by on Anthony Johnson.
From our angle, I thought Lindsay had grabbed him. We'll get another look at it.
I think Lenny Wilkins felt that way.
We'll get a look. And he got tangled up there. Pretty good call.
Jerry Stackhouse put it on the deck. And Steve Smith got him. 5 on Steve Smith. The only consistent performer for Atlanta tonight. Stackhouse against him. Grant Long out the puck. Stack fires no. And a push-off called on Eric Montross by Tommy Nunez.
Well, every ball game in this series has been a 20-point victory for the team who obviously won. Atlanta won by 20 both times down in Atlanta. Pistons won last game by 20, and now they're up 21. So maybe the trend will continue.
Smith, two-time. And Grant Long had to step out of bounds to get it. Judd Bushler into the ball game for Grant, who sits down with 23, 9 assists, and 5 rebounds. Miami with a 4-point lead in an elimination game for them in New York. Leitner, nice little up fake, missed a half hook, but look at Stack there for the stick back slam.
Just took it right away from Mutombo on the rebound.
Ed Gray in the ball game now for Atlanta. Grant Long driving Bushler. Here's the fall away. Leitner with a rebound. 40 seconds to play in the third. Atlanta taking its medicine, 80-57. Leitner tried to screen for Lindsay. Now the clock's at 5. Lindsay with a fall away. Ooh, around and out. Nearly nailed a tough one there that he was forced to take.
A little hold for one.
Mutombo screens Lindsay hard for Anthony Johnson. Kicks it to Grant Long. And he knocks down the triple. Grant Long has 13. Had to do all his damage from the second quarter on. Stack from midcourt.
Got it too soon. He had time to dribble by.
80-60. Pistons by 20 after 3. Pistons lead them 80-60 as we start the fourth. Jerry Stackhouse gives it to Bison, who dropped it, but they'll get it back. And Christian Leitner nails it. 82-60. First minute, fourth quarter. Rashawn McLeod, Mark West, Anthony Johnson, Ed Gray, and Grant Long in there for Atlanta. Grant Hill almost has as many assists as the Hawks as we look at our quick stats. Stack, Judd Bushler, Christian Leitner, Grant, and Bison for the Pistons. Nice feed to Bison from Christian Leitner. He got him a bunny.
Yeah, nice.
84-60. Grant Long, short on the triple. Anthony Johnson gets it back.
That might be the first time I've seen Atlanta come up with a loose ball.
Good comment. Excellent observation. Eddie Gray blind dishes to Anthony Johnson. Take it yourself, Eddie. Rebound Grant Long. But we're going to get a loose ball foul.
Last play for the Pistons. Nice pass inside. Leitner. Where did he go?
How good is this? Take another look, says Pete Scorich, our director.
Wrap around.
Why not?
Everything going the Pistons' way.
84-60 Pistons. As they call the walk on Grant Long, the Pistons get it back. Christian misfires. And here comes Atlanta. And we get a high screen by Grant Long, and he moves, says Hugh Hollins, to set it. That's 19 Atlanta turnovers.
Really no reason to move
5
either.
Grant Long fouls. As Jerome Williams checks in.
As a screener, you need to set your position and it's up to the offensive man to use your screen. You shouldn't have to move.
Stack goes baseline. deep dish to Jerome for the jam. 86-60 Pistons. 9:46 to go.
Well, we talked about that anyway from the standpoint of, what he's represented for this franchise for 14 years. It'd be a shame to have our team lose a game where we didn't play with all-out effort. If we play with all-out effort and we lost, then that's the one thing that I think not only the fans here, but I think Joe could accept, going out on a note where he knows that in a town where, it's strictly blue-collar, that we went out with a blue-collar effort, I think.
That's what it's been here against Atlanta tonight.
A couple of turnovers, one by each team, and a bad shot by Ed Gray. Results in a long rebound for the Pistons.
86-60. We still have 9 to go. And Bison, setting the screen, will be called for the offensive foul.
That's his fifth, and Atlanta's out of bounds.
Seen an awful lot of offensive fouls, and really that's something you learn early on. There's really no reason to move. You set your position and let the offensive man use you. Everybody wants to get in a little extra hit.
Anthony Johnson missed on the scoop.
With Eric Montross checking back into the
Eric Montross will come back for Bison. And Bison's played well. 17 points, 6 rebounds, only 7 for 8 from the floor in 25 minutes.
Now Lenny Wilkins has gone to his bench and he's going to rest. I think for the rest of the quarter, most of his starters.
Anthony Johnson
fouls on Grant Hill.
got Grant Hill to bump him. Just the first on Grant tonight.
That's his first. Team's first. Anthony Johnson on the line. He'll shoot 2.
That's probably all you're going to see from Grant Hill.
Out he comes with 23 points, 9 assists, and 6 boards in 34 minutes. Johnson got 1, and the Pistons get the basketball. 86-61. Alvin Gentry and company with the lead. Jerry Stackhouse against Gray. Down the lane, looking inside for somebody, but Mark West is there for Atlanta. Sean McLeod over a double team. And the rebound's out of bounds off Eric Montross. He and Jerome trying to hustle for it, but couldn't hang on.
Jeff Shepard checks into the hot spot.
Jeff Shepard has checked in for Atlanta for the Dikembe Mutombo. Lenny Wilkins trying to rest some people for Sunday afternoon.
Well, it's a good move. I think he knows that he's not going to be able to come back from 25.
Gray with a drive. Guns it down. He can score. But there's some other things he needs to work on.
Yeah, I saw him play at the University of California, and he's got a plethora of shots. Good offensive player.
Lindsay with one there from downtown. He drains it. 89-63 Pistons, 7.5 to go. Knicks lead the Heat by 4 in the second in New York.
There's Ed Gray.
Eddie Gray with a triple there to answer Lindsay's. Montross misfires to Anthony Johnson. Ed Gray with another triple try. Through again for 3 again, with the crowd calling for the guy who gunned him down from downtown for the Pistons tonight, Joe D, to come back in the game.
I don't know if Joe wants to do that. It's tough to get that body up again, George, when you've had some rest and you're in recovery mode.
Jerome is tied up.
And everyone's excited.
Jerome Williams wins that tap. 89-69 Pistons. Lindsay missed the tray. Mark West pulls it down. Jeff Shepard, the rookie free agent out of Kentucky. The outstanding player in the '98 Final Four. He got hot. Comes off the bench last these days for Atlanta. Leitner against Mark West. The Pistons with a 20-point lead. Stack drive Shepard. Guns wide to Gray. Long lead feed to Anthony Johnson, and he somehow found the handle.
He might have taken some
found the
contact.
bottom of the net. Took a little hit. I think you're right.
Yeah, good hands and good balance in there by Anthony Johnson to get the bucket.
Leitner against West. Christian from in front fills it up.
Nice shot. Good move inside. Good tuck move. Nice turnaround by Christian against Mark West.
91-71. Anthony Johnson trying to fly to the rim. Hit on the way. Lindsay with the foul, says Jim Clark. By the way, our statistician Joe Abramson has Joe D for Alvin Gentry tonight with 20 points, 4 to 6 from behind the three-point line. 3 of the triples in the third when he scored 12. So on a night when everybody wanted to make sure Joe wasn't playing his last game, Joe wanted to make sure too. And did he do a man-sized job? Just more of the same though.
Yeah, I don't think Joe goes in thinking that though. He's just out there to play. You know, all you can do is react and put out the effort, and whatever happens, happens.
Shepard dishes to McLeod. Rashawn McLeod with the deuce, and it's 91-73. We're going to Atlanta. Either Sunday afternoon or maybe Sunday night here on Channel 50. Jerome inside.
Knocked out of bounds by McLeod.
Pistons will keep it.
We'll keep it, yep.
Our schedule for Sunday depends upon the Knicks and the Heat. If Miami wins that game that they have to win, our game will be at 8:30 in Atlanta on Sunday night, and Kelly Tripucka now have it for you on the Pistons television network. Lindsay misses. Mark West to Shepard. Shepard against Bushler. Nice switch of the hands. Missed the scoop though. Gets it back for Gray. Eddie Gray misses a three. Shepard can get up. McLeod hooks no. Nice save by Jerome. More Piston hustle. Jerry Stackhouse puts it on the floor and draws the foul.
Could hear that from over here.
Skid on Gray got him. Roy Vaught checks in for the Pistons. And Charlie O'Bannon. 91-73 Pistons. 3 and 13 to go. Stack at the stripe and he sticks it.
I'm sure Leitner and Hunter will probably come out of the ball game. Well, I guess I'm wrong. Jerome Williams will come out.
Stack makes twice, 93-73. He has 8.
To say this has been an unusual series, I think would be not telling the truth, as we've had pretty much 4 blowouts.
Yeah, we have. We can even scratch pretty much. There's Anthony Johnson.
You're a true basketball fan.
It's another deuce.
You'd say 4 blowouts.
Oh, yeah. 93-75 with 2:45 to go. The Pistons have forced a 5th game in Atlanta. Bushler from the corner with a long gun. Got it! 96-75 Pistons. 2.5 left. Shepard's pass to nobody, picked up by McLeod.
Well, he doesn't get an assist for that, but the intent was there. McLeod didn't roll the basket, and Shepard really made a nice pass inside. And somehow the ball found its way back to McLeod, and he got the dunk.
Lindsay takes a timeout. We have 2:05 to go. The Pistons 96, Atlanta 77. Stackhouse with 3 on a clock. Triples, why not? Make it 99-77 Pistons. Stack has 11. Anthony Johnson nearly lost it to him. Don Reed's off the bench with Loy Vaught and Charlie O. And Stack rebounds the miss. Goes behind the back to get away from Johnson. Dishes to Charlie O. Get down. The assist for Stack. The deuce for O'Bannon. It's 101-77.
First time anyone's got anywhere near 100.
And we're going to get an offensive foul on Mark West. Taking the charge was Charlie O.
Pistons are over the 100-point mark. And
101-77. I would think that their confidence will be relatively high on the way to Atlanta. However, you know what happens on the road sometimes. Now Atlanta knows.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting 5th game, because I think you're right, George. Their confidence high, but also they have to go into the opponent's arena, and it's going to be a small arena, so you're going to expect a really wild crowd there. They're not playing in the big dome.
Ed Gray with his 3rd triple of the 4th here at garbage time. It's 101-80. Now they're playing the small arena on the campus of Georgia Tech on Sunday.
Right, and now it's plain and simple. Both teams know you win, you move on, you lose, you don't.
Gary Stackhouse off the window. He has 13. Pistons by 23.
First time both teams have scored 80 or better in the same ball game.
Pistons once led by 26. It's 23 now. Gary inside. Down he goes. They won't call the foul, but the Pistons will keep the ball. 7 on the shot clock. 16.3 seconds to go in the game. Another subpar performance for Dikembe Mutombo here at the Palace after he was a man mountain in Atlanta in games 1 and 2. Time running out here. Ed Gray would like some more. Starts the drive. Draws the foul with 3.1 seconds left. There's Grant Hill, who was brilliant tonight. Ditto for Joe D. Grant with 23, 9 assists, 6 boards. Joe D scored 20. He had 4 triples on the night. That's a contented man right there. If this is his last game at the Palace. They just put his picture up on the board. The fans are going crazy. They should be. The Pistons win in a rout as Joe D scores 20. Pistons 103, Atlanta 82. This is the Pistons Playoff Television Network. And the crowd still buzzing here at the Palace for number 4, the man between us. Go ahead. He deserves it. Joe, crazy part of the season and a crazy time in your career because fans are worried this might be your last game here. They're still saluting you like it might be, but there's a lot more basketball to play, perhaps.
Yeah, I understand, and I appreciate the crowd, but you know, I'm not taking this as just my last game here. I expect to be here next week playing, so that's why I don't want to, you know, do any curtain calls.
This is like the Gretzky tour that Joe's on. You and Wayne Gretzky. I don't have a feel for this series at all. We've seen 4 games. We've seen pretty much 4 blowouts. Give us an idea what you're thinking Game 5 is going to be like. Obviously, down in Atlanta, smaller arena. They're going to play it at Georgia Tech. Do you have a grasp of what's going to happen at all?
It's going to be a war. You know, they challenged us by winning the first 2 games, and we came back and took care of home court. It's a 1-game series. I'll take my chances.
It's a good attitude. You should.
What were you thinking both these nights when you came out here knowing it could be your last?
The uncertainty, walking in here not knowing, it made it somewhat exciting, somewhat surreal, like you said, but it also motivates you to play hard because you don't want it to end, and you can have an effect on that. You can have a hand in that.
Well, you had a great start in that Game 3 that turned the series around, and you were the guy who put the dagger in the heart in the 3rd quarter in this one, so not only did the team win, but you played well. That's to be satisfying.
Like I said, you know, I do have some control over whether or not this is my last game or not.
Thank you.
I'm going to do everything I can not to allow it to be the last game.
Yeah, what I'm most impressed about, hinting on George's observation and knowing that the situation you're in, you still don't let it affect your game, and that shows me something, a true warrior, a true champion, that you know you have a job to do. No matter what happens, you go out there and play your game.
Absolutely. The hype is fine, and everything surrounding this is fine. But like you say, Kelly, once you step on the floor for 48 minutes, you got to concentrate. And that's what I try and do.
Well, Joe, they love you. We do too. Thank you for another excellent
Appreciate
job.
the time, Cap.
Joe D. here with us at the Palace.